So last month I gave a talk on metta for the troublemakers. And today I'd like to give a talk about compassion for the troublemakers in our life, the ones personally, socially, and globally. Troublemakers are everywhere. Have you noticed? And it's up to us to not get caught in the vortex of their agitation and aggression. As with metta and all of the Brahma Viharas, we can't force the feeling of compassion, but we can prime the pump. We can set the stage for it to arise. Gandhi said, he said many, many good things. He said, be the change you wish to see in the world. But he also said, an eye for an eye leaves the whole world blind. Be the change. Don't look to other people to lead by, don't look to other people, but lead by example. Embody the values you want to see in society. It's for each of us to stand tall in our truth and to grow our hearts. This is what we can do. This kind of power and choice is ours. And the more we stand together, as we do in this Sangha, the more we can support our hearts to grow alone and together. We will undoubtedly encounter people in our life who we find difficult and who cause us pain. They may be coworkers, friends, family members, in-laws, acquaintances. They may be global leaders. But when they're in our immediate world and we have to interact with them frequently, we may try hard, perhaps too hard, to be compassionate. This can lead us to tolerate being treated poorly under the misguided belief that doing so was an act of kindness and compassion. We may find ourselves being unkind, fighting fire with fire, drawn into behaving like them, arguing, defending, writing inflammatory email responses. There's no compassion there. Many of us have misperceptions and unrealistic expectations about what it means to be compassionate. We may feel that we have to be a saint, have to be selfless, sacrifice our needs and our values, or feel that we have to always say yes to someone who is struggling. We may conflate being a good friend with going along with their plan because we don't want to make waves, when waves are exactly what we need to do. We may simply get triggered and argue back at someone or decide to treat them as poorly as they have treated us. No, it's not always easy to figure out how to be compassionate, what it really means to be compassionate with someone who annoys us or treats us or others badly. Compassion in the Buddhist sense is not some fluffy panacea. It arises out of the heartfelt desire to relieve suffering, ours as well as everybody else, as well as others. Yet suffering is a necessary stimulus for compassion to arise. Compassion arises out of the wisdom that we all want to be safe, that we all want to be happy, that however misguided someone's way is. Wise compassion invites us to hold this in mind, to not forget our common humanity, even if other people do. To others as to myself as to others. It's not giving someone a free pass or letting someone off the hook or allowing them to treat us poorly. Compassion does, however, invite us to step into someone else's shoes, to see how much that person must be suffering in order to behave the way they're behaving. They didn't fall off a tree. Given their childhood, given their causes and conditions, this may be the best they can do right now. The skill of compassion helps us to step back and take a wider view. In a recent podcast I listened to, Gabor Mate, a well-known trauma specialist, spoke of having compassion for the current US president, suggesting early childhood wounds are what set the stage for his defensive, aggressive, and childish behaviors. Being compassionate helps us to understand someone's actions, not condone or excuse them. It also means focusing on our side of the interaction, because that is the only side we can control. The person or the situation is not the problem. Our reaction is. That's the hard truth. We are responsible for our reactions. We can't blame someone else for making us feel angry or guilty. We may have been triggered into having a latent response or a latent quality arising in us, but it's our responsibility then to tend to our emotional reactions. There are no shortcuts here. When it comes to training our hearts, compassion for the difficult person is like swimming in the deep end of the pool. It requires practice, gradual training. From this perspective, the difficult person or the difficult people are the best teachers for developing compassion. Now, that said, if these are people that we have to see regularly, I'd like to suggest a few little strategies for helping to bring forth and stabilize compassion. 1, know your triggers. It's a protection to know what activates you so that you can be as prepared as possible. In their presence, perhaps we might gently say to ourselves, you can't trigger me. And just keep saying that, you can't trigger me. And take a breath. You can't trigger me. Take a breath. So we remember, bring that forward in our mind, right? That we're trying to decondition that trigger from happening. Number 2, titrate yourself. Take breaks. When we feel ourselves getting triggered, when we lose our balance, step away from the conversation by going to the bathroom, by walking outside and breathing. Consciously breathe and shake off the stress and the agitation. Recalibrate. We can do this, and that's for our welfare in the moment. Number 3, step into their shoes. Now, you don't have to do this immediately, but maybe upon reflection, step into their shoes and see how they are viewing the world. This might help you to kind of see, oh, right. I know their childhood. I know where they come from. I know I know the struggles of their life. I get it. And that may just bring forth enough compassion for us to really remember the common humanity and to not take their comments so personally. Number 4, talk through your feelings with someone you trust. But here's the trick. Focus on the facts, not your judgment or your interpretation. In order to discern the best response, we just want to look at the facts. Number 5, the last one. When all else fails, love from a distance. There are people who are not just problematic, but toxic, who are actively abusive. It's not about trying to be in their company. It's about loving them from a safe distance so they can't cause more harm here. And then we can, from that safe distance, wish that they be relieved of their suffering and not cause more harm. We can wish that. May you be relieved of your suffering, and may you not cause any more harm. Working with difficult people is a workout for the heart. Compassion is a training in not letting our emotional reactions rule. It invites us to remember our common humanity, that everyone wants to be safe and happy, and to recognize that the difficult person is ill or stuck, but definitely suffering and unconscious to themselves and others. It's not up to us to fix them. It's our job to take care and protect ourselves as much as possible from unnecessary harm to others as to myself as to others. Let's not get in the sandbox with them and throw sand. As Gandhi said, an eye for an eye leaves the whole world blind. Let's practice holding our ground, seeing from a wider view, and seeing through the eyes of compassion. We can do this. It's for our welfare and for the welfare of all the difficult beings we will undoubtedly encounter. Thank you for your kind attention. All right. All right, let's open this up. Let's let go of some of that energy. And prepare, because we're going to have a little meditation on all this. All right. Remember that whenever we're working with the Brahma Viharas, we really want to air it out before we sit. We want there to be enough room for the breath to be however it needs to be as it's moving through all of those emotions. All right, so as you're getting settled and feeling into a comfortable posture, this practice is very much like the metta practice we did last month, where we're going to surround the difficult person with all of our peeps. We're going to bring all of our peeps right into the circle with us, our benefactors, our ancestors, our good friends, our elders, our teachers, our mentors, and feel into all of us sitting here together. And then all of us together are going to hold the space of compassion, are going to orient toward that and bring one of our difficult people right in the middle of all of us, one of our difficult people, not the most difficult, but somebody who annoys you, somebody who tries you, right? Somebody who irritates you just a bit, and you put them right there in the middle. And we're going to look at them and we're going to feel what it feels like to have them, to be sitting in their presence. And then we're going to open in our mind's eye, kind of sense, or even open our eyes and see all of us sitting here, and imagine all of our peeps sitting here too. And then we're going to do our best to offer them good wishes. All right. And if at any time it feels like too much, you come back and you offer yourself the good wishes, okay? So you have an off ramp. Like if it gets too hot in the kitchen, you come back out here and you take care of moi. All right? Okay. So settle into your posture. And if it helps to keep your eyes open and see all of us here, fine. If not, gently close your eyes, and in your mind's eye, just we'll do that from eyes closed. But close the eyes and feel into breathing. And sense the whole body sitting here breathing. Alone together with all of us. And collectively, we're going to tune the heart as if it were a string instrument and tune it to the frequency of goodwill. Sensing into the ease of the posture, into the collective field of goodwill, and imagine that we are indeed sitting in a field together. And from the edges of the field, first come all of our benefactors, real and imagined, people that are a beacon or demonstrate compassion, like Gandhi or the Dalai Lama, Kuan Yin, saints or angels, guardians from your tradition. Let them come in and find a seat near you, surrounding you. And if you can't find any benefactors, then just sense all of us sitting around you. Breathe. Next, from the edges of the field, come all of our spiritual teachers who have demonstrated compassion. We've seen it, we've felt it. Feel them as they come and sit near you. Breathe. Now, from the edges of the field come our ancestors, our relatives, parents, grandparents, who've modeled compassion for us. Let them come and sit around you. Breathe. And finally, from the edges of the field, come elders and friends who've manifested compassion for us. Let them come and sit around you. Breathe. Breathe with all of the peeps, all of your peeps, all of the beings who've educated your heart, who have found their seat near you. And imagine all of us sitting here with all of our peeps together, breathing. Settle back a bit more and sense into the field of goodwill, breathing all of us together. Now, from the edge of the field comes one of your difficult people. And they're walking right into the middle of the circle and taking a seat there, facing you. And sense you're sitting at a comfortable distance from them. Remember, not the most difficult person, just someone who annoys or irritates you. Now look at them. See their face. See their body language. Now breathe and just sense all of your peeps and all of us right at your back and around you. You're not alone. All of us are here. So breathe and feel what it feels like to be in the presence of this difficult person. Now focus on your breath and breathe in a quality that might help your heart hold or manage the emotions that are coming up. Maybe it's courage or strength or a sense of groundedness or tenderness. Breathe in the quality that helps. Just for a moment, try to step in their shoes. Imagine being them with whatever you know of their childhood, their history, their challenges, their causes and conditions. What does that feel like? Oh my. Now breathe and let's just gently drop in a few words of compassion to begin to condition the heart. And you find a phrase that feels true to you. Here's a few suggestions. Dear difficult person, just as I wish to be free from suffering, so do you. May you be relieved of suffering, and may you not cause more harm. Dear difficult person, just as I wish to be happy, I recognize you do too. May you be relieved of suffering and find happiness. Dear difficult person, just as I wish to be safe, so do you, even if our ways are different. I may not understand you, but I wish you peace. I may disagree with you, but I wish you peace. Breathe. Sense all of us sitting here with you and you sitting here with us, and breathe. Don't worry if you don't feel compassion. All we're doing is orienting the heart-mind toward this quality of heart. Training ourselves to not get caught in the vortex of ill will. We're not trying to fix them. We're trying to lessen our reactivity. Now with the next few cycles of breathing, let's let that difficult person get up and watch them walk out of the circle and back to the edge of the field. Keep breathing, and let's bid goodbye to our benefactors and elders and friends, and let's watch them get up and walk back to the edge of the field. Breathe. And sense all of us still sitting here with you and you sitting here with us. And for the next little while, let's just settle back in the field of goodwill and breathe alone together, as if every cell of the body could receive that message. Last few minutes, see if you can soften just a little bit more. Settle down just a little bit more. And drop in some appreciation and gratitude for your own practice and for each other's. How lucky we all are to be sitting here alone together today. Thank you all for your practice. Let me stop the recording, give you permission to unmute.